My name is Michele Deignan. I'm an artist and filmmaker based in London, and my film is called Breaking Ground, the story of the London Irish Women's Centre. So this is my first time directing a documentary this scale. The decision, I suppose, to make the whole thing be made by an all-women crew was to try and keep the film in the spirit of the organisation we were making the documentary about, which was completely run by women, for women, supporting women. And it was quite a nice thing to do in relation to, I suppose, looking at contemporary situations around women's work and the film and television industry as well, where there's a very small percentage of women, I suppose, working in directorial roles or technical roles. There's much more women in the production end. So we decided to just sort of keep with the spirit of that, and it was great. It was really rewarding. Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. I made a film back in 2006 called Red Cheeks, which was based on my own experiences of being an Irish woman in London. And I hired an actress to take the role of a presenter and present these three different stories in three different parts of London at these different sites that represented three different Irish organisations, and one of which was the London Irish Women's Centre. And this was my first encounter with the centre, even though I lived in the area where the centre was, which is a place called Stoke Newington in Hackney. And in 2011 this film was shown back in the London Irish Women's Centre as part of an exhibition that was coming up to the closing of the centre, because the centre was winding down its activities. The then director of the centre was only in the job, I think, a year at that point, saw the film and asked me if I'd like to meet her to discuss the possibility of making a documentary about the history of the place. So I jumped at the opportunity. She asked me to write a treatment. I did, came back, and she said she was blown away by my ideas, which was fantastic. A lot of things. It was a huge learning curve in terms of directing something in that scale for me. Also, the original intention was to make a half-hour documentary. We had a budget for that. But we made an hour's film. So the original, I suppose, intention, to have possibly 10, 12 interviews, just quickly got kind of just thrown away. We realised that the story was much, much bigger than what we expected. Well, I'm working on a couple of shorter pieces for exhibition in later this year in a gallery I work with in London, and there's probably other things I shouldn't say, or should say. I've been nominated for an award. I found out recently, so I'm quite excited about that. We'll hear about how that comes along over the next few months. And there's a bigger documentary project that I also have in mind about the BBC World Service. I've bought this amazing door that was a BBC sound effects door from the BBC World Service offices that have now closed in the Strand in London, and that's going to be the starting point for an essay film on the World Service.